So I'm going to record now and get started so that we don't go in any later than what we've had planned. So if anybody hasn't been able to join, I can send out the recording later. So thank you very much for those that have joined us live today. I am one of the coaches at Ducere. I am a senior grad coach and I will be your coach when you are joining UEL. So here's the team. So there's me, senior grad coach there. I work Monday to Friday, so you can contact me anytime throughout that time. I know obviously with time zone differences, we get to know what's best time to connect. You'll also have communications from Sophie, who is the graduation coach here in the middle. And you've got our boss and director of global programs, which is Gemma. So if you ever need to reach out to Gemma, then please feel free to also. So the application to enrolment process for any that haven't been through it yet is to complete the UEL online application form and then send out any of your outstanding documentations to your EA to review. Once they've looked over those outstanding documents, they will then send out an offer letter to you via email. In this email, they'll introduce myself as your coach. We can then get to connect with one another via Teams, but please don't forget to send an acceptance email to your enrolment advisor beforehand. So once we meet via Teams, usually is because I like to get to know you all on a more personal basis. So, what is it that you're doing the course for, or, what do you think, what are you nervous about and may need some more help along the way? So those type of reasons. So we can go through the game plan in a bit more detail, and you should get your login details too. After that, there will be orientation week, which begins on the 25th of October. In orientation week, we will have a welcome webinar where I will go through Canvas in a little bit more detail, and we can discuss things like extensions, how your assignments work, how they're marked and graded. So we'll go into a little bit more detail about that on your welcome webinar. You should have, or some of you may have already had the game plan, but you will also receive this before the orientation week. We will also have a meet and greet. Now, the orientation week is a very good time to go through your game plan to make sure that you know how to use Canvas really well, do the onboarding module on Canvas, and just to get ready for that first week. Once you start your course, which is on the 1st of November, you will be starting with business strategy, and the academic is going to be Fiona. Fiona's taught with us for many years, and most recently, my last cohort has just been taught by Fiona with business strategy, and they've done very, very well. After that, you will then enroll. So the enrollment task comes afterwards. It's 4 weeks into your course. This is the time where you will pay your fees, and you will have 14 days to complete your enrollment task and to pay. Again, I will go through this in more detail at the orientation week. So what does a coach do, and why are we here? We are basically a support network, okay? So how it starts is you will start with your enrollment advisor. They will then introduce you to your coaches. We introduce ourselves, we get to know each other, as I've already mentioned, and we will see how it is that we can help you throughout your journey. Whilst you're studying with us, you will have a lot of time with your faculty. So for every module, you'll have 2 assignments. For those assignments, you will have a taught webinar, and every week you'll have a Q&A session if anything in your chapters isn't making sense, or if you need to ask any questions along the way with your learning. We coaches are there to support in a different way. So for instance, if you're having any technical errors with Canvas, if life just gets in the way and you need a bit more time on your assignments, we are there to support you in that way also. We're also there to give you some hints and tips along the way, as we've supported many of your students before. We know what works and what doesn't. And we're also there through graduation. So hopefully we will meet face to face when you do get to graduate and get that all important certificate. but we're also there to make sure that all of your work gets through the moderation process, gets to the exam boards, and also to make sure that your certificate and transcripts are sent out. So we're there for the full process from start to finish. The course structure for UEL, so we'll be starting, as I've mentioned, on the 1st of November. Each module runs for 7 weeks, okay? Once you've had your 7 weeks, you'll move on to your next one with a week break in between. Including any Christmas holidays and Easter holidays, it brings you up to your 12 months. So term 1, you will start with business strategy for 7 weeks. That is for all executive MBA students and luxury brand management students. You will then move on to leadership and practice, again for both EMBA and luxury brand management. In term 2, you will start with digital transformation for the first 7 weeks, again with all executive MBA students and luxury brand management students. The second part of that term is where you will split up into your more specialized modules. You'll have marketing management for the EMBA students, marketing and luxury brands for the luxury brand management students. Now, whereas term 1 and term 2 is 7 weeks per module, term 3 becomes a little more tricky, as we've got a condensed course here for you to get your masters as soon as possible. Finance for business managers for all of your executive MBA students or luxury brand relationship management students, and the applied project will run alongside each other for the first 7 weeks. Okay, so it can be quite intense. Once you've finished that module, you will continue with the applied project for a further 7 weeks. So the applied project will take 14 weeks to complete right at the end. Once you've done that, then you can relax. So just a quick one on any fees and payments. So the full fee is 13,330 and it is paid in pounds. You have got other options of payment. So we've got Sally May for any US students. It is an automated payment direct to the university, but please contact me if you are unaware of the process. If you're not, and it's also on your game plan, but if you do have questions around it, please do contact me. For any UK students, we have UK loans. Again, these are totally different and the funds are released to the students, okay? So it's your responsibility to make sure that you are then paying the university. For self-funding, the 2 options are to either pay in full for one payment. This payment is payable within 14 days of invoice and you get 5% discount. If your employers are paying, then you must request a sponsor form from myself and they have to pay in full. They can't pay in installments. If you are paying in installments and you're paying yourself, the installments are the first 5 installments for the first 5 months. It's quite a tongue twister, that one. And again, payable within 14 days of invoice. Please reach out to me if you've got any questions at all on fees. I know everybody's circumstances are different, so it's easy to do that on a one-to-one basis. Your learning platforms. So we've got Canvas, which is here with the lion's head on it. So that is going to be your main learning platform. I am going to give you a quick run through once I've finished with these slides, so you can actually have a little look yourselves at what it looks like. The other platform that you will have access to is Track My Future. That is UEL's hub, let's say. You can access your student emails, library, Microsoft Teams. There's a student wellbeing page on there where you can join workshops on wellbeing or for stress management. And you can also access the IT service desk. So if you've got any IT issues with your library only, you can access through there. So what's next, and a quick run through. So a one-to-one meeting with me as your coach. Please reach out to me if you haven't done already. I'd love to get to know you a little bit more. Go through your game plan, work through it in the next couple of weeks so you're not doing it all in your orientation week and it feels a little less stressful. Access to your learning platform. Once you've had access, please do work through your onboarding and your toolkit. The toolkit gives you all the information that you need for UEL and your courses, and the onboarding will give you a really good indication on how to navigate Canvas. You'll have your orientation week with myself from the 25th. You'll start your course on the 1st of November, and then 4 weeks into the course, you will enroll and pay your fees. I know it seems like a strange way around to start your course and then to pay, so don't get anxious. You will have an email from UEL that will be an enrollment task, and we can do that together if you need any help. Like the world, everything is now on social media, so please do add me on LinkedIn. It would be really nice to stay in touch. I know we will for the next 12 months, but after also, I would really like to see if your careers are taking a further step after taking the MBA. So I'm quickly going to share my screen to show you Canvas, so you can have a quick understanding of what it looks like, and you can see how easy it is to use. So bear with me one moment. Hopefully you can all see my screen. Brilliant. So this is the home page. So when you have access, please do go into your account, add a picture and add a profile so people can see what it is that you do and what you look like. As we're an online course, it's always nice to put a face to a name. Dashboard will show 2 cards or 3 cards for yourselves, not as many as mine. It will usually have your onboarding, and then it will have your first 2 modules. You usually get access to your first 2 modules at the same time, although they do not run at the same time. You will have 7 weeks to do business strategy, then you'll have 7 weeks to do leadership and practice. I'm going to click on business strategy because that will be one of your courses, so you can have a look at what it looks like. So first of all, your announcements will pop out like this. It will give you the last 3 announcements so you can have a quick gander of what you've missed. You can also click on announcements here at the side and scroll down if you've missed any. Please look out for any announcements. They are important, and they do usually have things like extensions or if anything's changed or gentle reminders from myself. So make sure when you log in, you've got your notifications switched on. The assignments tab, so self-explanatory, it's got your assignments on there, it's got your due dates. And when you click on them, you will see here you can download your brief, and it'll give you the rubric down below where you want to hit. The brief looks like this. So clearly stating the due date, clearly stating the weighing, the length of it, using Harvard referencing, the learning outcomes. So it's really, really self-explanatory and really easy to read through, okay? Your chapters and modules here on the side. This is where your content actually is, okay? So key information is a good one. It gives you information about who your academic will be, what their background is. It'll give you the understanding when your assignments are due, and again, the weighing. Going back to chapters, if I click on the first one, I'll show you what it looks like. You literally click next, and it brings you through all of the content easily. For any students that would like to use it, we've also got Immersive Reader here at the top. We've also got our leaders videos in the content of your course, okay? At the side also, you have your calendar. Your calendar will show you when your assignments are due, if you've got any webinars or if you've got any Q&A sessions, and they will show up like this. You can add anything you want to your calendars. They are yours to use as you please. At the bottom, you can also add your calendar to your Outlook so that they connect. Up to you which way you want to work it. We've also got here an inbox so that you can use that to email myself, any of your fellow students or your academics. It works exactly like an Outlook. If you go onto your notifications again and click that anything is linked to Canvas, then you won't miss anything and everything will go into your email addresses, okay? So that's just a quick look at Canvas. I'm not going to go into too much detail today, but I'm more than happy to meet with you all on a one-to-one basis if you do have any more questions about Canvas. So I'm just going to open the floor to you guys now to see if there's any questions at all. Please feel free to ask. I can't have done that good a job. There must be one question. Just pop it in the chat box at the top, or the Q&A box is fine. Great. Well, I must have done quite a good job then if there's no questions. Thank you all very much for joining, and I really look forward to meeting with you and helping guide you through your MBAs or your Luxury Brand Management MBA. Thank you very much. Bye.